Well, we are back. It's been a couple weeks, but we've got some highlights to share, so you're going to see them right here, live and in person.
Yes, yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, we're back. All right, so Davis, you want to start off?
Let's kick it off. I had a big day. First of all, I got started this morning with a workout with Jerry and Voulet. He runs in Voulet Studios, his own company, and they just released their first line of clothing. So I got a hat right here. It says New York. You can see it's got a cool symbol, and it was all done for charity to raise money for issues such as suicide prevention and certain types of cancers, particularly around men's health. So shout out to Jerry, and let's get it going, because after that workout, we had a big day. Today I took the Chartered Financial Analyst exam, the second level of it. I passed level 1 back in February. This exam is also known as the CFA, and I'm trying to obtain the level 2 certification. So I spent most of the day there. I had to take most of the day off from work because the exam is 5 hours long. It has tons and tons of multiple choice questions where you have to read a situation about a company or some type of financial problem and apply all different types of concepts to solve it. It's extremely challenging. It's about 4.5 hours of test time, and I studied for 9 months for it. So hopefully I did well, but we're going to find out, and I like pushing myself.
Do a lot of people in finance have a CFA?
A lot of people do go for it. It particularly helps if you want to work in certain areas such as asset management, asset liability management in general. So all different types of fields, it can certainly help, and it just shows that you've studied a significant amount of information and that you're trustworthy when it comes to managing people's assets. So it certainly helps, but it's not necessarily a requirement. It's just a really cool program that they have, and I feel I learned a lot from it.
So it gives you a lot of credibility?
I would say so. It gives you credibility, it's fun, and I've learned a lot that I use pretty much every day at work and just trying to evaluate different instruments.
Is it more honing your skills, or is it learning new things?
I think it's a mixture, because studying finance in college, I definitely had been exposed to a lot of the topics and I had a base understanding of them. And even some of the questions today, I'd say, oh, I saw it on the whiteboard in college. So it definitely helped out. I was focusing, paying attention, but there definitely were some topics that I'd never seen before. So it did broaden my horizon in that perspective.
Good stuff. Yeah, Davis is a finance machine. Because I was a finance major as well. This is kind of funny. We laugh about this. So we took the same classes a couple years apart because I'm 2 years younger. And I would be like, Davis, this class stinks. I'm not learning anything. This teacher's not teaching it. Blah, blah, blah. And Davis would be like, what do you mean? That class was awesome. That professor was awesome. I learned everything. And Davis is pulling, like he's saying, he legit will say, oh, yeah, I remember that in Finance 3 something. So it's kind of funny how Davis and I have two different... My mind's not wired for those finance stuff. It doesn't really stick.
Yes, like you're saying, be exact opposite perspective, because I just like to sit down, read the books, try to learn everything. I think that was the biggest thing, because no matter what the teacher's teaching, you can still learn that way.
Yeah, that's Davis's biggest thing. I guess I kind of had that mentality where it's, oh, poor me.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn. So I guess, do you have any tips for like long tests? I mean, you studied for 9 months, so it's pretty hard to focus. I know I have a hard time focusing. Do you have any study tips?
Definitely. I would say no matter what type of test it is, for me this was a finance exam, but if you're studying for SATs, any type of standardized test,
CPA.
Certified, I think public accountant for people who are in accounting, any types, the GMAT for people looking to go to graduate schools, GRE. I would say I studied for about 9 months, and my biggest goal was to try to build it into my schedule. So whenever I had time, if we're just sitting around watching TV, I just pull out the computer and just try to do a little reading and studying at the same time, half hour here and there, just to keep it fresh, because there's so much volume of information. There's no way I was going to remember all of it. And there were questions on the test where I was like, I've seen this, but I can't really remember the formula. Just try to use other concepts that you can remember to solve it out. But I'd say just build it in. One strategy that I've used as well is reading while I'm on the bike. Because a lot of times if you're biking, it takes a while. So 2-3 hours where you're just inside, sitting on a trainer, just going and going. So I'll sit down and do 2 things at once. I'll get a good workout in, and I'll just be reading, absorbing the material at the same time.
So do you do note cards or notes? You just read?
Not too much. I usually just read and do a lot of practice problems and try to remember as best I can. No. So they'll have study programs where they'll have chapters in a book, and you'll read a chapter and then you'll answer 3 or 4 questions to make sure that you've learned it. But I'd say because no one likes studying, just building in with things that you do like to do makes it a lot easier. And just stay focused on your goal. For me, it was 9 months here. For level 1, I probably studied for over a year because the COVID delayed it a little bit as well. So I passed that one. We'll see what happens here. And if I have to, I'll go back, study again, and just stay relentless and try to pass that test.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but just building in and having fun.
Well, good luck. When do you think you'll get the results back?
Hopefully sometime in the next few weeks, maybe a month or more. It usually takes them some time. Lots of people take the exams, so It's just another way. If you're looking to advance your career, just trying to go above and beyond, move up, it's a good way out. Because a lot of times people get stuck and say, well, where do I go? This is one path where you can get a certification and just prove what you have.
Awesome. Well, there you heard it.
Good stuff right there.
Yeah, and then Davis, you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'll just keep rolling right here because the last few weeks, the past few months as well, I've been helping to coach some high school football. It's been an absolute blast. I have to thank all the coaches and players for letting me get involved because I don't have the most coaching experience. I coached during spring football as well this fall season, going back to the high school where I played. So the program means a lot. They really helped me. Help develop my work ethic and just how I think about working hard. And more than anything, it was a lot of fun. So it's been a blast to get on the field, get back in the routine of football, and it was just fun. And I'm amazed at the type of work ethic and time that a lot of the players and the coaches down there have to get everything going. I mean, it's hours and hours, day after day. It's a long season. Yeah,
it's pretty crazy looking back at high school sports because I'm 5 years out of high school, 4 or 5 years out of high school.
Yes.
Davis is 7. I mean, your life revolved around high school sports, and now it's crazy looking back and seeing those kids. And I mean, from what you said about giving back and being that older coach is crazy. So what are your biggest takeaways now being on the other side?
It's fun, and the biggest takeaway for me is just how much it means to the kids. Like you're saying, when you're in high school, that big game seems like it's everything. The rivalry game, and it's so much fun. Just that energy that they're bringing every single day and they give. I feel like a lot of times you don't see that, especially when you're working. A lot of people don't do it just because they love it, because they're having fun playing with their friends. And these kids literally, they go to school with their friends, they get to play sports after, and it's just a blast for them. So just to have that type of positivity gets me going. Yeah, it was great to get down there and just help out in any way I could.
Yeah. So if you're in high school and you're watching this, I know you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but high school sports are special, man.
Yes.
And girls, so enjoy it. It's also pretty cool because this past Wednesday was Thanksgiving Eve, and all the people from our high school went to a bar. Not all of them, but a lot. And you see kids that you play high school sports with. You still have that connection because throughout those seasons you get those bonds with those kids that, have lasted throughout high school. You might not be hanging out with them all the time, but when you see them, you connect. They're like, oh, we played ball together. And you just have those shared memories. So it is special. That was a huge part of my life growing up.
Yeah, it really made a difference. Just that whole high school experience makes it so much fun. Shout out to all the coaches who are really working hard to make it happen. I did not have a full appreciation because it's before school, it's after school, and a lot of times they have to make sacrifices where they can't spend as much time with their families. So just all the educators, teachers, coaches out there, huge thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Anything else you got?
No, I just say lots of positives. I know we haven't had the show in a couple weeks, but good things are still happening. And I'll turn it over to Brennan right here.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. It's been kind of a up and down month for me so far. Since we went away to UMass, I kind of got a little sick, and I got a tooth infection. And then with the holidays, it's been not as consistent as I'd like. Going from working out 6 days a week to sometimes not working out at all or a couple days a week. But yeah, it's huge staying healthy, and staying healthy is key to the consistency. So if you have any tips to staying healthy, because we're getting to that 6th season, getting those colds, let us know in the comments. But I'm making sure I stay on top of my health from here on out so I can stay as consistent as possible and achieve my goals. But it happens, and here we are. That's all I got. Yeah. For December, I'm all about consistency.
Yeah.
Finishing off the year strong. We only got crazy, I think, 32 days left. Yeah. 31. Something like that. But Yeah, that's all I got.
Got to make a difference. I guess I can piggyback off that as well because I haven't been healthy every single day. I got vaccinated for COVID over the past month, both shots, and I was probably out of it for a couple days after. So I missed some workouts. Definitely had to deal with some muscle soreness as well. Even now, I mean, Brandon just saw it. Sometimes when I'm walking around, my leg just gets really tight. But just battling through, just saying, hey, I'm still going to go out and do what I can and have fun with it. Because like Brandon's saying, the time just flies by. And keep going after your goals.
Yeah. See you next show.
All right, let's get it.